Hello friends. If you were born in 1956 or later, and you are currently holding off on claiming your Social Security benefits to make your monthly check as big as possible, I have a massive warning that no one at the Social Security Administration is going to call and tell you. Right now, there are thousands of seniors sitting at their kitchen tables, purposefully working an extra year or draining their personal savings because every financial guru on television told them that waiting makes their check grow by 8% a year. They assume that whenever they finally decide to pull the trigger, the government will just hand over a massive supersized monthly deposit. But imagine working hard until you are 71 years old, finally walking into the local Social Security office and discovering a horrifying truth. When the agent runs your numbers, you find out your check completely stopped growing 12 months ago. For an entire year, you forfeited over $30,000 in monthly checks, and your monthly benefit did not increase by a single penny. The government does not automatically mail you your check when you hit the limit, and if you do not know the exact legal age to stop waiting, you are simply donating your hard-earned retirement savings right back to the federal government. I want to be perfectly clear right from the start. The government isn't canceling delayed retirement credits entirely, but the Social Security Administration enforces a strict legal age ceiling where those credits permanently drop to zero, and they will not warn you when you hit it. By the end of our conversation today, you will know the exact mathematical ceiling where your Social Security stops growing, the devastating mistake of delaying spousal benefits, and the step-by-step process to claim up to 6 months of retroactive back pay if you accidentally waited too long. Now, the rules governing your retirement accounts change every single year, and the government never pulls up a chair to explain your options. The people who subscribe to this channel find out about these traps in time to protect themselves, while the people who do not subscribe usually find out after their hard-earned money is already gone for good. Hit that subscribe button right now so you do not leave your wealth on the table. Let's look at how this growth engine actually works under the hood before we talk about where it hits a brick wall. This program is officially known as the Pre-70 Delayed Retirement Credit, and it applies strictly to seniors who have already reached their exact full retirement age but have chosen not to file for their benefits yet. For every single month you delay claiming past that full retirement age, the Social Security Administration applies a credit of 2/3 of 1%. When you add that up over a full 12-month period, it equals a guaranteed 8% increase per year, locked in for the rest of your life. To see exactly what this looks like for your personal situation, you need to follow 4 steps. First, go to sasa.gov/myaccount and log in. Second, locate your primary insurance amount, which is the exact base amount you are legally entitled to collect if you claim at your full retirement age. Third, calculate 8% of that number. Fourth, multiply that 8% amount by the number of years you plan to delay your claim to see your true guaranteed return. To show you how powerful this is, let's look at John. John reached his full retirement age, and his base benefit, his primary insurance amount, was exactly $2,000 a month. John decided he wanted to keep working, so he delayed his claim for exactly 1 year. 8% of $2,000 is $160. By waiting that single year, John's check grew from $2,000 to $2,160 a month permanently. If John collects that check over a 10-year retirement period, that is 120 months. That extra $160 every month builds $19,200 of pure wealth generation. And remember, this 8% growth is strictly applied to your base benefit. If you also receive a cost of living adjustment, like the 2.8% adjustment in 2020-26, that percentage is added on top of your heavily inflated 8% delayed base, creating a massive compounding effect. But this incredible 8% engine does not run forever, and if you do not know exactly when it runs out of gas, it will destroy your cash flow. That brings us directly to the trap I call the 0% cliff. This applies to every senior approaching their 70th birthday who hasn't filed for benefits. Delayed retirement credits stop absolutely, permanently, and irrevocably the exact month you turn 70 years old. There is zero financial incentive to wait until you are 70 in 1 month. The growth drops to exactly 0%. If you delay past age 70, you are leaving money on the table that you can never recover. you need to take immediate action to prevent this. First, take out a calendar right now and circle the exact month and year of your 70th birthday. Second, call the Social Security Administration at 1-800-772-1213 exactly 3 to 4 months before that circled date. Third, tell the agent explicitly, I want my Social Security benefits to begin exactly in the month I turn 70. Fourth, do not sit around waiting for them to contact you because they are under no legal obligation to automatically start your checks. Look at what happened to Robert. Robert thought waiting until age 71 would make his check even bigger. His maximum benefit at age 70 was $3,000 a month. He waited until his 71st birthday to apply, assuming he'd get another 8% bump. Because he waited past 70, his check did not grow. It stayed exactly $3,000, but because he missed 12 months of $3,000 checks, you multiply $3,000 by 12 months and you see that Robert permanently forfeited $36,000 in pure cash to the government for absolutely zero return. You also have to watch out for a bizarre situation based on your birthday. If you were born on the first day of any month, let's say June 1st, the law treats you as if you were born in the previous month, which would be May. That means your absolute age 70 ceiling hits 1 month earlier than you think. Now, the amount of total growth you can actually achieve by age 70 is secretly shrinking depending on the exact year you were born. This is a hidden shift that causes massive confusion, and it is entirely driven by the shrinking maximum growth sliding scale. This applies to every senior watching who was born between 1956 and 1960. Because Congress moved the full retirement age further down the line, your maximum potential delay credits are naturally smaller than what your older neighbors received. Someone born in 1954 had a full retirement age of exactly 66. That meant they could delay for 4 full years until they hit age 70. 4 years multiplied by 8% gave them a massive 32% permanent increase. But if you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. You can only delay for a maximum of 3 years before hitting the ceiling. To figure out your true baseline, you must take these steps. First, look up your exact full retirement age based on your specific birth year. For example, if you were born in 1956, your full retirement age is 66 in 4 months. Second, count the exact number of months between that date and your 70th birthday. Third, multiply that number of months by 0.667, which is 2/3 of 1%, to find your absolute maximum percentage increase. Fourth, adjust your expectations and do not expect a 32% bump if you were born after 1954. Let's map this out for Linda, who was born in 1958. Her full retirement age is exactly 66 and 8 months. Her base benefit at that age is $2,000. The time between 66 and 8 months and her 70th birthday is exactly 3 years and 4 months, which adds up to 40 months total. When you multiply 40 months by 0.667%, you get a maximum total increase of 26.6%. Her check grows from $2,000 to $2,532. She cannot physically achieve the old 32% increase, and her retirement plans must reflect that reality. Be careful not to mix your personal benefit with other programs. This sliding scale exclusively impacts retirement benefits based on your own work history. Survivor benefits for widows and widowers operate on a completely different age scale that maxes out entirely at the survivor's full retirement age, never stretching out to age. If you didn't know these birth year rules and you accidentally waited until you were 70 and 6 months old, you have one specific legal lifeline to get your money back. The savior is known as the lump sum back pay rule, and it applies strictly to seniors who mistakenly delayed claiming their retirement benefits past their 70th birthday. If you accidentally blow right past that age 70 ceiling, the government offers a brief grace period. When you file your application, you can legally request up to 6 months of retroactive back pay delivered as a single one-time lump sum deposit. If you find yourself in this situation, you must act in this exact order. First, the moment you realize you are 70 years and 4 months old and haven't claimed, stop waiting. Second, call the Social Security Administration immediately. Third, inside your application, explicitly select the option to request retroactive benefits for the maximum allowed months, which can be up to 6. Fourth, prepare your bank account for a massive one-time deposit. Let's look at David, who realized his mistake when he reached age 70 and 5 months. His maxed out benefit at age 70 was $2,500 a month. He filed his application immediately. David checked the box to request 5 months of retroactive pay. The Social Security Administration deposited $12,500 directly into his checking account in one lump sum, which is $2,500, multiplied by those 5 missed months. His ongoing monthly check then started perfectly at his maximum $2,500 rate. He successfully rescued 100% of the money he thought was gone. But remember the strict boundary on this rule: the 6-month retroactive lifeline cannot be used to claim benefits prior to your full retirement age. You cannot use this at age 62 to try and backdate your checks to age 61. It is a tool reserved almost exclusively for people recovering lost funds near their full retirement age or their age 70 limit. Even with this lifeline available, delaying your benefit all the way to age 70 is not the right move for everyone. You have to understand the mathematical longevity bet to see if you are making a massive mistake. This is a pure reality check for healthy seniors trying to decide whether to claim at full retirement age or hold out for that age 70 max. Delaying your claim is a direct gamble on your lifespan. To get that 8% annual growth, you must voluntarily surrender years of valid checks. It generally takes about 10 to 12.5 years of collecting that higher delayed check just to break even and recover the raw cash you gave up by not claiming at your full retirement age. To run the math on your own life, follow these steps. First, calculate the total funds you will forfeit by multiplying your full retirement age check by the exact number of months you plan to delay. Second, find your monthly gain by subtracting your full retirement age check from your projected age 70 check. Third, divide those total forfeited funds by the monthly gain to find the exact number of months it will take you to break even. Fourth, look closely at your personal health and your family history to determine if you will comfortably live past age 82. Let's look at Mark, whose full retirement age is 67. If he decides to delay to age 70, he gives up $2,000 a month for 3 full years. That means he forfeits $72,000 in total cash. His maximum check at age 70 will be $2,480. That means he gains an extra $480 per month by waiting. We take the $72,000 he gave up and divide it by the $480 monthly gain, which equals 150 months. That is exactly 12.5 years. Mark must live to age 82 and 6 months just to break even. Every single month he lives past 82.5 is pure profit, but if he passes away at age 78, he loses tens of thousands of dollars. Your strategy here changes completely based on whether you are single or married. A single person must bet entirely on their own health history. But for a married couple, if the highest earner delays their claim to age 70, that massively inflated check becomes the permanent survivor benefit for the remaining spouse when the primary earner passes away. This makes the age 70 delay a much safer bet for couples. This strategy works brilliantly to protect a surviving spouse, but there is one specific type of benefit where delaying is absolute financial suicide. This is the 50% cap rule, and it is the ultimate spousal benefit trap. This applies directly to seniors who are planning to claim benefits based exclusively on their spouse's higher work record rather than their own. Unlike your own personal retirement record, spousal benefits never, under any circumstances, earn delayed retirement credits. A spousal benefit hits an absolute maximum ceiling at exactly 50% of the working spouse's primary insurance amount at the moment the claimant reaches full retirement age. If you wait even one single month past your full retirement age to claim a spousal benefit, your growth is exactly 0%. To completely avoid this trap, you must take action in this order. First, determine if your own work history is low enough that you are relying entirely on a spousal benefit. Second, identify your exact full retirement age, such as age 67. Third, do not delay your application by a single day past that month. Fourth, file your claim the exact month you reach your full retirement age to lock in your absolute maximum 50% benefit. Let's look at Mary, who never worked outside the home and is claiming off her husband John's record. John's primary insurance amount at his full retirement age is $3,000. At Mary's full retirement age of 67, she is legally entitled to exactly 50% of that amount, which is $1,500 a month. However, Mary falsely assumes that waiting until age 70 will make her check grow by 8% a year. Just like she heard on television, Mary intentionally waits from age 67 to age 70 before walking into the office. At age 70, she applies. Her monthly benefit is still exactly $1,500. She earned 0 delayed credits for waiting. Because she sat out for 3 full years, which is 36 months, she permanently forfeited $54,000, which is $1,500 multiplied by 36 months, and lost checks for absolutely nothing in return. You must remember that this specific trap applies only while your partner is still alive. If your spouse passes away, your spouse's benefit converts into a survivor benefit, which allows you to receive 100% of their inflated check. But while they are living, your spousal benefit hits a brick wall at 50% the moment you reach full retirement age. If you are listening to retirement strategies from your older friends or reading outdated articles on the internet, you are likely to fall into another massive trap that Congress quietly closed. This is the grandfathered loophole that has completely disappeared, officially known as the restricted application phase-out. This applies to any senior trying to use advanced coordination strategies based on older advice. Years ago, married seniors could use a trick where they filed a restricted application to claim a spousal benefit at their full retirement age, while leaving their own personal retirement benefit alone so it could grow by 8% a year until age 70. Congress completely banned this practice. If you were born after January 1st, 1954, this strategy is completely dead for you. Under the current law, you are subject to deemed filing, meaning whenever you apply for a benefit, the government deems that you are applying for all eligible benefits at the exact same time. To protect yourself from this change, follow these steps. First, ignore retirement advice from neighbors or relatives who left the workforce 10 years ago. Second, acknowledge that deemed filing applies directly to your birth year. Third, when you submit your application, understand that the Social Security Administration will automatically calculate and pay you the single highest dollar amount you are eligible to receive. Fourth, accept that you can no longer double dip the system by collecting a spouse's check while your own record grows in the background. Consider Susan, who was born in 1957. She attempts to file a restricted application for spousal benefits at age 67, fully planning to switch to her own maxed-out record when she turns 70. Because she was born after 1954, the Social Security agent immediately denies her restricted application. Susan is forced to make a hard choice. Take her own personal $1,800 benefit right now or delay everything to age 70. If she had relied on an outdated internet article to plan her retirement, her entire household cash flow projection would have instantly collapsed. The only exception left to this strict deemed filing rule is for survivor benefits. A widow or widower can still restrict their application, meaning they can legally choose to claim a survivor check as early as age 60 or 62, while letting their own personal retirement check grow at 8% a year all the way to age 70 before switching over. To make sure you don't miss a single dollar, let's recap everything we covered today. We looked at how the pre-70 delayed retirement credit builds an 8% annual growth engine past your full retirement age. We exposed the 0% cliff at age 70, where your benefits permanently stop growing and delaying even one extra month causes you to forfeit thousands of dollars. We uncovered the shrinking maximum growth sliding scale that restricts seniors born after 1954 to smaller maximum increases because of the changing full retirement age. We laid out the 6-month retroactive back pay rule that acts as a vital lifeline to rescue missed checks if you accidentally blow past your 70th birthday. We broke down the longevity bet and the 12.5-year break-even reality check you must face to see if delaying is actually worth it. We exposed the devastating 50% spousal benefit trap where waiting past your full retirement age destroys your wealth instantly. Finally, we clarified that the old restricted application loophole is completely gone for anyone born after 1954 due to strict deemed filing rules. Delayed retirement credits are the most powerful wealth-building tool in the Social Security system, but the exact month you turn 70, that tool transforms into a massive financial trap. subscribe. Share this with someone you know who's on Social Security or Medicare. I'll see you in the next one.